Hi everybody. I just thought I would try this out and see if these videos are going to work for you. What I have here is the handout that we did in class yesterday. It is an example of using the ugly shortcut formula to find the standard deviation from a group of data. Now here we have 15 observations, and so most of you did this yesterday and you added these numbers up. I just want to show you that the n represents the number of observations. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 observations. So we have here that n is equal to 15. Okay, so we also have to have for this formula the sum of the x's and the sum of the x squareds. Okay, well, let's see. If I wanted to find the x squareds, I would need to take each value of x, which is right here in this column, and then square it. So for example, 12 squared is 144. 15 squared is 225. 11 squared is 121. 20 squared is 400. 18 squared is 324. 20 squared is 400 again. 8 squared is only 64. 18 squared is 324. 19 squared is 361. 19 squared is 361. 13 squared is 169. 15 squared is 225. 17 squared is 289. 19 squared is 361. And 16 squared is 256. Okay, so if you added all of these numbers together, the 144 plus 225 plus 121 plus 400 plus all the way down to the end, you get what goes down here, which is the sum of the x squareds. And that was 4,024. Okay, the sum of the x squareds, when you add them all up, the 12 and the 15 and 11, 20, 18, all that, those add up to, I'll put those in green, those added up to 240. So that was the sum of the x squareds, sum of the x's. So we have the sum of the x's in green, that's 240. Sum of the x squareds in red, that's the 4,024. So then to use the formula to put this all together, move this over slightly, then I'm going to need s, which is equal to the square root of, leave some space here, okay, and let's see, in blue we have n, so everywhere there's an n, I'm going to put the number 15 in the formula. And where I have the sum of the x squareds, that's the 4,024. That goes right here. So that's 4,024. And then minus the sum of the x's squared. That's what's here in green. So that's the sum of the x's in green. That's the 240 squared. Okay. So now we just have to multiply this out using order of operations. So 15 times 4,024 minus 240 squared. So the numerator is 2760. 2760. And divided by 15 times 14. 15 times 14 is 210. So 2,760 divided by 210, order of operations, we would do that next. And that is the square root of 13.1428, and it goes on forever, 5714. I will continue to write that. And the square root of that, don't forget to take the square root, that is equal to about 3.6. 3.625, And it goes on and on and on and on like that. So now the question is, where should we round it? And because all of the data was given as whole numbers, 12, 15, 11, 20, we should round that to about 3.6. 1 decimal place farther than the original data. So these guys over here, these guys had no decimal places. No decimal places right here. And so we have 1 decimal place here. Okay, well, I hope that helps to explain how to use the ugly shortcut formula for finding the standard deviation. Now keep in mind, this is not something you're going to end up doing, on a job, in a workplace. If you ever need a standard deviation, you're more likely to use a computer and use StatCrunch with all that data involved. All right, thank you very much.